guys, it's time for this week's science challenge. So this week what we're going to be doing is a super soap boat challenge. So first thing you're going to need is you are going to need some semi-hard piece of paper. This could be a recipe card. It could be some sort of harder paper. It could be a piece of junk mail. So I like to use junk mail because then it's kind of like recycling. I'm reusing. So first thing you're going to do is you're going to take your piece of junk mail and you are going to make your boat shape for it. So I'm going to be right here and I'm going to start off and I'm going to make a little square, or rectangle, I should say. And with this rectangle, about halfway through, I'll make a point for it. And then down here, it kind of looks like a house, doesn't it? So I'll make a little door to my house as I do this. Then my next step is to take a pair of scissors and cut out my boat. So, all right, so now I have my little boat. Next thing I'm going to need to do is I'm going to need to take a toothpick and I'm going to need to take a little bit of dish soap. And I'm going to take my toothpick and put it into the dish soap to get a little dish soap around it. Okay? Next thing I'm going to do is I'm either going to put a little bit of water in a sink or in a dish such as this. And I'm going to take my boat and I am going to float it on top. Then I'm going to take my toothpick and just touch it behind it. And look at what it does. It makes my boat go forward. It's kind of cool and kind of fun to play with. So how this is actually working is you are dealing with something called surface tension. So whenever you think about surface tension, maybe you've tried to fill up a glass, maybe a little too full, and then you get that bubble that kind of forms on top of it that's just kind of barely holding on before it all spills over the side. That's surface tension because water is sticky. It likes to stick to itself and it likes to stick to other things. So that water that makes that bubble is holding on to each other. It's sticking to other pieces of water. Now, when we take our dish soap and we put it into the water, what it will do is it will make it so that the water doesn't stick together anymore and it breaks the surface tension and makes your boat go forward. Now, as I think about this, I have a whole bunch of questions I start asking. I start asking, well, what if I rounded off the side, off the top a little bit more? What if I didn't have this little tiny niche in here? What if I made it smaller? What if I made it gigantic? So try out a few different things. See what happens. Can you make it so that your boat can move along easier or slower? Or maybe you try a different material to make it out of. Maybe you try and use a piece of plastic. It's up to you. There's lots of ways to try and do this and lots of questions to ask. So have fun this week asking some questions and have fun playing with your super soap speedboat.